Welcome to Versus Creative Studios. This is an introduction to Adobe Photoshop. Which file format is suitable for my design? Which file format should you use when you are designing? There are different file formats you can use depending on the end product, what you want to use your design for. If you want to use your design for the internet, there are certain file formats that are good for the internet. If you want to use your design for print or printing, there are different file formats that are good for printing. If you want to use your design for on the website, or there are different file formats you can use if you are designing for a website or want to upload to the internet. There are different file formats that are good or suitable on the internet. Let's take a look at some of these file formats. When you are designing in Photoshop, the Photoshop document is PSD. The Photoshop document is PSD. The document you have here, what you are doing here, that's the file format PSD, and under PSD you also have PDD, PSDT. So we also take a look at PDD and PSDT. Photoshop allows you to open this as its own document, as its native document. All the files you have here are the native file formats you can use in creating designs in Adobe Photoshop. So PSD, as I said, is a native file format or document you use to create designs in Adobe Photoshop. It allows you to use layers, create images, multiple images, and in various layers. These are layers. So when you are creating, you have access to create any design using PSD. So when you are creating, you also have PDD. As I said, it means Adobe Photoshop Deluxe Document. Is a shorter form or acronym of Adobe Photoshop, Adobe Photo Deluxe Documents, Adobe Photo Deluxe Documents. The file is an extension usually Adobe Photoshop is created with Adobe Photo Deluxe. It is created with Adobe Photo, and this is the type of image format that is similar to Adobe PSD format, as I initially said, and it can both be stored as images, line text, and layers. So Adobe Photoshop, Adobe Photo Deluxe application was created with Adobe Photoshop Elements in 2002, and it was replaced with Adobe Photoshop Elements in 2002. So PDD, you also have PSDT. Take a look at PSDT. PSDT means Photoshop document template. It's a template that's created and that can be opened without altering the initial or created document or template. It's not alter when you open it. It's going to create a new document on its own, a new template on its own. So you have PSB. PSB is also a good file format that's good to know. It means Photoshop Big File. PSB means Photoshop Big File. A Photoshop Big File is file extension, allows any big file that's big. When you are creating a Photoshop, you are creating for a billboard, or creating for a billboard, or creating for a skyscraper, and you want to make your design as big as possible. The best file format you can use in Photoshop is PSB. This is where you get PSB. Let's save as. If you save as, you're going to have large document format, PSB, large document format, PSB. So when we order, we may want to save as other five. Maybe for we want to have a transparent image, we want to save for the internet. The best file format you can use is PNG, which means portable network graphics. PNG stands for portable network graphics. Is a lossless image, is a format used for lossless image compression. The file format allows transparency, as I said, and opacity to be saved when you are creating your designs. You can use, if you want to have a transparent background and you create a logo and you want to have a transparent background, you can save your image in PNG. If you want to create icons that have transparent background, you can save them in PNG. And PNG file format is the most suitable file format you can save for the internet, most especially when you are uploading images on social media. So you have JPEG. Everybody will like to use JPEG because JPEG is a common file format that is used for photographs. Every designer is usually used to JPEG. JPEG stands for Joint Photographic Experts Group. Say Joint Photographic Experts Group is a full meaning of JPEG. Is a lossless format. When you save in JPEG, it compresses. It does compress your design, and your design will lose some elements. Some elements will be lost in your design, and you may not have the full sharpness of your design. Most especially when used on the internet. So typically photos are, as you have photos, you have images that are saving more like photographs that are used with JPEG, and it may not be the most suitable, as I said, on the internet. And always remember, it loses sharpness due to compression. GIF, graphics interchange format. GIF, it stands for graphic interchange format. It's a compressed image file format that can be used for animation. When you are making your animation here in Photoshop, you have different. If you want to make use of your tools, you can make use of your layers. You can make use of your effects. Make use of effects, layers, and add effects to, and also animate at the same time. It makes Photoshop a good place to animate. So when you are animating and you want to use maybe on mobile devices, want to animate and use it on your website or share it on social media, you can create a GIF. You can use GIF file format for your animation, usually short animations. So here you have SVG. SVG stands for scalable vector graphics. When say vector, that means it's not a photograph. It can be increased to any size or reduced to any size without losing its quality or sharpness. So SVG file format is a file format that defines graphics in extensible markup language, say XML, extensible, that is, can be enlarged or reduced to any size, and without losing its quality. Sometimes when you use SVG, when it extends, the positioning of your design may not be as designed in Photoshop. So be watchful for how you use your SVG. SVG document is very used when you are creating a logo for a website, or you want to upload a logo for a website, want to create a logo, allow the logo to be as scalable as possible with the website. You have a sharp logo and you have a sharp, scalable file formats for your website. So when you are creating you want to save for VAG, always remember your design your file will be scalable, can be extended to any size or reduced to any size. You have TIFF or TIF. TIFF or TIF stands for Tag Image File Format. Tag Image File Format. When you are designing for making design, most especially, it was actually created for handling raster or bitmap images. To say raster, you are referring to an image that is like a photograph that loses its quality or sharpness. While you extend it, you begin to see the pixels. So when I say bitmap, you're referring to you are referring to pictures or photographs. They also lose their quality or sharpness when you enlarge them beyond proportion. So you have TIF for when you are designing, most especially in photography. Photographers sometimes use or often use TIF to save their photographs. Was initially created for commonly used in desktop publishing. It was initially used in desktop publishing, and is usually used for creating designs that are going to be used more often, like photographs. This is where we are going to end the class for today. This is where we are going to have I hope you've learned a few things. Subscribe to my channel and watch out for more classes on Photoshop.